Right. Fisher's all yours, Anna. You packaged him for us in Malta, you get to unwrap him here. Find out what he knows about the EMPs, how he knows it, and why he's been hunting our friend Mr. Coben.
Might take a while, Tom. He's been trained to resist interrogation.
I'm authorizing you to use whatever persuaders you need, chemical or otherwise. Get the answers, and dispose of them. Just don't be as messy this time.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. Anything else?
Just get to it. And call me when you have something. I'll be at HQ.
I don't know what's up. Everything seems to be okay.
Listen to me. I'm working for President Caldwell as a mole inside Third Echelon. Reed's the new director, and he's working hand in hand with our hosts here, a PMC called Black Arrow. They're running a pipeline for stolen Russian EMP tech from Malta, and Reed's stonewalling any kind of investigation into it.
Reed's stonewalling the president.
He's got serious political coverage from somewhere, and the president isn't getting anywhere through channels. We know they're in the final stages of prep for something very ugly, but what we don't know is what it is or where it's going down.
Really? Then again, you seem more interested in field work these days.
Stop it. I need you to do this. The second I make a move, my cover is blown. But you're on the outside now. You are free to act.
I don't do this sort of thing anymore.
Tell that to the men you killed in Malta. Now, if you don't make it look like you escaped and attacked me, I'm dead. So make it look good, Sam. Hit me. Do what you have to do.
Grim, let me remind you, I'm out of the game.
You're not out. All it took was one hint about her. Only one hint about Sarah, and you dove right back in.
What do you know about her?
Okay. Sorry about that again. I'm not sure what's happening with my internet. If it's the internet at all. I think it is, because when it's OBS itself crashes and I have to manually shut it down and restart. And when it's the internet, I assume when it's the internet, OBS itself comes back up, which is what's happening. I don't even have to do anything, it just reconnects. Let me look at the chat. Cabling for Wi-Fi would be a nightmare in a house. Yeah, you'd have to have a wired connection, apparently. I don't know what's up with those big houses. My wireless is shitty in some places. I can't get it downstairs. So I wonder what's up with people who actually have the big houses like that. Probably not anymore since the piano is running. I actually regret not trying the window to the outside, to the street, because I'm sure it would work. Like on the first interrogation in the game, I actually smashed the guy's head against the urinal. So there's that. First thing I've learned in video games and movies is that if you're planning on torturing somebody, you always kneecap them first. Yeah, that's what you do on Metal Gear as well. Let's try this then.
I know she's alive. How's that for starters?
You're lying. She's dead. Lambert told me she was dead, and I take his word over yours.
She's alive, Sam, and I know where she is. I've known all along.
You're lying. Why should I believe you?
Because my people have her. If you help me, you get to see her again. If you don't, it's out of my hands.
Wasn't Michael Ironside also on The Hunt for Red October? she's alive. Of course she's alive. We never saw her be killed. But there, in his memories, she was killed by a drunken driver. And there was a burial because he remembers her grave, apparently.
Do not lie to me about this. I'll kill you. You understand me? I will kill you.
Dan, I've been lying to you about this for years. Okay. Okay, that'll do. Good work.
Shut up.
Here. My car's just outside their security gate. It's a red T208. I disabled the GPS locator chip, so third echelon's birds can't find it. And take this snake cam. It's linked with this phone. The signal's encrypted.
In case you get lonely.
So I can set up a call with Sarah to prove to you that she's alive and unharmed. Now we need to get you out of here without them coming after you. C4 should help with that. There's some right outside. Get it and call me back.
I don't get the gun.
Just point it at the right people.
Oh, I will.
Don't remember Michael Ironside and Hunt for Red October. Maybe I'm misremembering. This was his last Splinter Cell game. He's not in Blacklist. I'm not sure Blacklist is a sequel to this, or it's just a different thing altogether. Because I think they were trying to make him younger. I don't approve of changing voice actors anyway. Just like David Hayter.
And then they brought him here. Why?
Oh, fine. These covert op types love their sick-ass plans.
I'd rather kill
They
him.
go around to clean up the mess when things go wrong. You don't see that skinny prick breeder anywhere, do you?
Shit. If it were up to me, I'd go put a bullet in him right now.
And I'd give you the gun to do it with. Son of a bitch is crazy dangerous. I don't want him around.
Are you thinking of the admiral that gets Jack Ryan onto the submarine by helicopter? Because that's not Michael Ironside, it's Fred Thompson.
Try. Not succeed.
Michael Ironside is getting pretty old. Yeah, it's true. To be playing a special agent in the field, especially. Oh shit. It's
Over there! Shoot him!
I don't know.
I'm the only badass on the airfield.
I watched The Hunt for Red October a long time ago. I felt he was a guy inside the submarine. I'm probably wrong. It's probably another submarine in another movie.
Grim,
I
I've
slept
got the
too much.
package.
Good. Now here's the plan. They may not be able to track my car by GPS, but they've got a chopper on site. That means they don't need to.
They'll just blow me off the road.
We're far enough out into the sticks that no one will notice. You need to disable that chopper, or you're not going anywhere.
Roger that. That would be better to hold off on the detonation.
Clancy. Which submarine, the Dallas or the Red October? No idea. I don't even remember there being two submarines. Skarsgård submarine. Skarsgård was in Hunt for Red October. Man, I need to watch that again. I clearly need to watch that again. I usually pride myself in knowing what I'm talking about. I am very, very out of my game here. Yeah, it is a good movie. I remember liking it, but apparently I don't remember anything else. Oh. These are closed. Nope. They saw me? Really?
Let's see what you got, tough guy.
There are like 3 submarines in that movie. Scar's got a submarine, maybe and he has half a minute of screen time. Okay. Maybe that's why I don't remember it. Sean Connery is that captain of the Red October, and Alec Baldwin tries to contact him on the Dallas. Alec Baldwin is Jack Ryan in that film, isn't he? Too many Jack Ryan films with different leads. I don't even know if the new one already came out. Did it? Oh, that guy fell out of a window. I wonder what it was. I better check it out.
Fuck, Fisher's been bold here. We better stop him. You gotta be close, punk. I can hear you crying. Ooh.
What'd the lady say to you, Fisher?
Fuck.
Oh.
You
This is bullshit, man. Stand up and fight.
Oh, come on, just pretend I never marked the
Show
other
your ass
dude.
to the pilots.
Which is why Sean Connery says one thing only. The new Jack Ryan with Chris Pine. It's come out? Yeah? How bad is it? Is it very, very bad, or is it just a little bad? Also, I didn't even remember that the one thing only thing was a Hunt for Red October reference. I gotta be honest with you, I watched that like when I was 10.
Looking for a plane, Fisher?
Probably never watched it again, so it was 18 years ago. Pretty bad. It's like bland and bad.
You can run, but you
I
can't
should
hide.
watch them both, I guess.
You think you're gonna hide from me, bitch? Think again.
The one I remember better is actually the
They told
worst
us you were a
one,
badass, Fisher.
not counting
It's
that,
pathetic.
which is the sum of all fears.
You better hide. When I catch you, your ass is mine. Gotcha, ass. You're dead. You can run.
Holy shit. These guys make too much noise. slow, but if you put in 10-15 minutes, you of it, you instantly get hooked. Oh, I forgot the Sum of All Fears. Affleck was Jack Ryan. Yeah. That is the one I remember most because it was on TV a lot of times.
Grim, I've taken care of the chopper. Now I need to take down the field's electrical grid.
I don't even
Good call.
think I ever
Black
watched
Arrow
it
sure
outside of
rigged the hell out of
TV.
the original system when they converted the airfield from civilian use.
So it's vulnerable. The power relays are probably the weakest point. Where do I find
Oh,
one?
it's not a mirror
One of the
now.
barracks had one put in, exposed inside the building.
And that's my best bet.
I have a real gadget. Can I shut off the lights? Okay. Hey Rusty, how are you doing? Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger are okay, but The Hunt for Red October is definitely the best. What's the reindeer games you mentioned? Is that a movie? I don't remember that one. But yeah, the Hunt for Red October is definitely seen as the best. I don't know if it actually is, because I guess I need to watch it again. How are you doing, Rusty? Yeah, I'm a shonen. He's here a lot, and he's very friendly with everyone, and I thought he would be a great addition, because I feel mods have that role of also keeping people engaged and making everyone feel comfortable when they first arrived on a stream. That's also a mod's role. It's not just I know he's he might not be used to banning or timing out people. That is a very important thing when trolls and spammers come in. But he was already doing the mod work when new people came in, so I felt it was very natural. Ben Affleck was in Reindeer Games? Huh? Oh, it's another Jack Ryan film. Can't remember if it was Ben Affleck or Harrison Ford. That's weird. I don't think I ever heard of it. I need to look that up then. If it was Ben Affleck, I had no idea. I thought he only played Sum of All Fears. Can I actually upgrade this? Oh, they are upgraded. Okay. So I can upgrade each and every one. Is that it? Huh. Okay. Shame that I can't make more marks for them. So the Jack Ryan films are Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, Reindeer Games? So that came before Sum of All Fears? Wow. And Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruits. So I guess I need to watch Hunt for Red October again, Reindeer Games, and the new Jack Ryan film with Chris Pine. I don't know. It's like I said, it's a shame that they keep recasting people. I don't like recasts. Where is the stock? Why did I buy a stock and not get it? Some of All Fears was 2002 apparently, and Reindeer Games was 2000. Shadow Recruit came out in 2014. Really? Wow. I guess it really was under the radar. I think Baldwin was recast because he asked for too much money or something like that. Or maybe he was too old. He's older than Harrison Ford, isn't he? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. I think it's... Harrison Ford is definitely a lot older than Ben Affleck. I actually like Ben Affleck a lot. I think he's making
Attention all personnel. The mess hall is now
much
closed
better
until further notice.
choices with his career now. And I'm glad he is. Ford is like in his 70s. Baldwin should be around 60.
All personnel are reminded that non-essential use of staff vehicles is forbidden. Anyone found using field-rated vehicles for private purposes will be subject to formal discipline.
There's no way Baldwin is older than Harrison Ford? I guess. Harrison Ford has more gray hair. I just don't know if it's because Baldwin takes better care of himself.
Repeat, the weapons drill has been postponed.
Oh yeah, he's an awesome director. The Town is really good, and Gone Baby Gone is really, really good as well. I love that film.
All personnel, the ordnance inventory is now complete.
Okay, not bad so far. Oh, Argo. Argo is amazing too, yeah. I was trying to remember what else he did. Argo is really great. And he's great in all those films. I think that's exactly it. He's making much better career choices. I hope he doesn't make a bad choice with Batman, because I wouldn't want him to get stuck on a role like that.
Motherfucker!
And not succeeding.
We gotta get whoever did this. Oh, jeez! Move in. Let's take this guy down.
Is not going to go well.
Get ready.
I can already see it.
Watch your cover. More. Pathetic, Fisher. Come on out. Get in there and kill him. I'll cover you. Cover me. Now you want Go! Move! Get down! Fisher's over there! You got nothing, Fisher!
There's another dude.
I'm reloading! Watch your ammo! Shit! I'm out! Reloading! I see him over there! Stand up! Show yourself!
Well, I somehow didn't die. Have either of you seen Dazed and Confused? No, I haven't actually seen that. No, never heard of it. There's no way Ben Affleck will get stuck and not be able to get himself out. He has a good head on his shoulders. I hope so, yeah. This is... I am not... I know, Greg. I can throw myself out of a bridge. But I am not that excited for Batman v Superman. I'm not sure that film is going to be good. It might be really overcrowded and have a very botched plot and all of that, so I'm still waiting for the judge to come out on that when the film actually is out. Turn it off. So yeah, I don't know if he wants to be stuck on that character for that long if it goes bad. Imagine he was playing Daredevil forever. It was Matthew McConaughey's first movie. I really dislike Matthew McConaughey. I like him now that he's changed his career around, but I haven't liked him for many years. It's certainly the earliest film I can think of. Cole Hauser is also in it. Oh wow, that's a very big endorsement. One of your favorite movies ever? Dazed and Confused. Really, I really need to not forget that title. Batman v Superman, I feel will be average. And I feel like Ben Affleck would be a good Batman. Yeah, completely. I'm just not sure the writers are doing a good job with Batman. So even if it fails, I am sure it won't be his fault. Just like Daredevil was not his fault. I don't think it was at all. Daredevil was badly written, not very well directed, but especially the characters were not well written, and that was a big problem. And the editing was very bad, apparently. Apparently there's a director's cut that's way better. I never watched it. Relay barracks, okay.
No way we're sticking our heads in there!
Yeah, I think... Fuck.
Think that's funny, asshole? You won't leave this airfield alive!
I think it was not his fault at all, Daredevil.
No way we're going in there! Suicide!
His controller is completely sabotaging me.
Fuck that asshole! We're not stupid, we're not going in there! You want us to
They can't come around, can they?
Yes again! Fuck that! Hold position! Don't go in there!
even see that guy.
Oh, hell no! No way we're going in there! How about you come up instead?
Speaking of badly written superhero films, did you ever read the script for James Cameron's never-made 1992 Spider-Man film? I usually don't read movie scripts that were not finished, so no. I did not see that at all.
No way we're going in there! How about you come to us and... You have
Wow, I didn't die.
That was interesting.
Just took him longer to die, I guess. Or was it my last shot? Oh well. I think I like the old school Splinter Cell stuff best. I like how this one feels. I don't think I am in control sometimes. Or maybe it's because my controller actually sucks.
Nice job. Now, my car is parked just outside the gate off the main lot, but as things stand, you won't get far.
What haven't you told me?
There's a satellite dish on site with an uplink to a private spy bird. Use some C4 to take it out.
I thought your car was clean.
It is. But if they get a visual lock on you from the sat, it won't matter.
Why don't you go see if there's anything else you forgot to mention?
This is laser sight and ammo. I have no more points to use. Not taking this car. What else do I have around that, Didn't this one have another... Is this because I left it behind? I left mine behind? I wonder if that is a problem. Because I thought I was using a Scorpion with upgraded stuff. There's a reason why it wasn't made. It's, in a sense, it's amazing. In another sense, if it had been made, it would have led to superhero films regressing another 2 decades, probably. Why? Tell me about it. What's so bad about it? Because I really have no idea. Left this one behind as well, and it's still upgraded over there. I don't know where to start, really. It's fascinating. Why is it so bad? Who's the villain? Was this one that I was using. Oh well. Land C4 on dish.
We need some lights on the
Holy shit, these guys. are everywhere. The villain is Doc Ock. Portrayed by
Somewhere. Come on,
Arnold
let's try the
Schwarzenegger.
airfield.
Wow.
I can't see him.
That would have been
Quit hiding
something else.
I know you're out there. No sign of what's gone disturbance. Everybody stay sharp.
Do I have marks?
Come on, don't be a coward. Show yourself. Get across the guy. He's here somewhere. Come on, chicken shit. Show yourself.
Thank you. At least I have them now. The best part is the script. It must have been written by like 6 different people. Well, I'm glad it wasn't made. If it's that bad, oh, no, don't you dare.
You can't hide forever. I'll turn the whole airfield upside down if I have to. Stay cool. This guy bleeds like everybody else.
Okay.
You can't hide forever, asshole.
Hey,
Oh! Nobody escapes from...
this is private property. You can't be here. Doc Ock's catchphrase is okie dokie. The tone of the film and the language used in various scenes are completely diametrically opposed to each other. Also, Spider-Man doesn't get his powers until like 45 minutes into the film. Ah, there's another dude coming in here.
Promise. Got it!
Wow, was that a kill? How did I kill him?
Whoever you are, not a public
Hey, Dr. Noob Sauce. Thanks for the heads up with the mic.
Damn it. I lost him. Where is he?
I haven't played this in such a long time. This is my first time playing. It's my first playthrough. I played this mission before, even though I don't really remember how it goes. 45 minutes of a Spider-Man film without Spider-Man being Spider-Man seems really bad.
I'm gonna catch him.
I don't know. It was the Tim Burton Batman film was so good because of that. As soon as the film starts, you already have a Batman in play. And it was the first movie, and oh man, I'm losing my voice. It was the first movie, and you don't need to do an origin story or any of that. Just set up. There's a badass vigilante already. People heard of Batman, and you don't need to set him up. Just like people heard of Spider-Man.
I don't got time for games,
And
asshole. Come on out.
I hope they don't waste a lot of time with him in his solo film that's coming next and on his outing in Civil War. We know who he is. Everyone knows who he is.
The dish is taken care of.
Then let's get you out of here. My car is outside the gate. All the pursuit vehicles are inside. This is a mess. Try their security system, and they're not going in.
Well done.
Attention all personnel. There's an escaped prisoner inside the compound. He is to be considered armed and dangerous. Report to your security positions immediately. You are clear to use deadly force.
Rush him. I'll cover you.
Run, Sam, run. They're all coming for your ass.
The prisoner is still at large. Repeat, the prisoner is still at large.
Sam, bad news. Sarah's fine, but I have to push back the call I promised you.
Stop playing games and don't call me again unless you've got my daughter on the line.
Warning, the prisoner has had extensive combat training. He is armed and extremely dangerous.
4 Waldos? What? 3-fingered snake-like mechanical arms suddenly thrust themselves into the chamber and begin working each a different task. Hawk isn't a knowledge master at manipulating these Waldos. Are they the tentacles are called Waldos, is that it? And they're called Waldos in the film? I can't not believe that they make stupid Uncharted game. What do you mean? You mean this game is a lot like Uncharted? This game feels a lot of different from the other Splinter Cell games. That is absolutely true. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. It doesn't feel like Uncharted though. Uh-oh. Tentacles are called Waldos in this chamber. Fuck. Come on, people. I was reading the chat. You are very rude. They're called Waldos in the James Cameron Spider-Man film. Gets really sexual. Also, he has a sidekick named
Sam,
Wiener.
bad news.
What the
Sarah's
fuck?
fine, but I have to push back the call I promised you.
Stop playing games and don't call me again unless you've got my daughter on the line.
Here, you would lie to me. To your professor now, would you? And oh my god. That seems so bad. I can't go prone, can I? I guess I really had to go around the way I went.
Good report. Everybody stand down. Stay alert. What? Target! Get him!
Don't remove. And yeah, I'm remembering. I am imagining Arnold Schwarzenegger saying those lines.
No way we're sticking our heads in there. Damn it! I'm out! Reloading! No way we're going in there! It's suicide! How about you come to us instead? Fuck that asshole! We're not stupid and we're not going in there! You're not the only... I know you're here! You think I missed you? I ain't going in there!
up there. Oh, I can't go there anymore.
Are you kidding me? No way I'm going in there!
Almost bit off more than I can chew.
Okay. This is where I came in. Dr. Octavius? You're so weird with those, what do you call those? Oh god. I don't think, I don't know. James Cameron has some very good movies. But sometimes it feels like luck, you know? Some of the things he actually does. Oh, okay, level is over. Okay, I had never done this after all.
Paladin 9 Security, Victor Costa speaking.
Vic, it's Sam. I'm in town and could use a little help.
If you're asking for help, we better do this face to face. And what the hell's going on back there?
I thought you'd recognize the sound. Remind you of anything?
Yeah. Iraq.
Yo, Sam, how's your little girl?
She's doing fine. I got a picture from her in the mail. I think her mom helped her draw.
Nice. My kids don't draw me pictures or write or anything.
They don't write because you can't read, man.
Clap it up. But when I get out of here...
You're going to kindergarten.
You know, I hear they got entrance exams at kindergarten now, Sam. I don't know if Vic's gonna make it in.
Oh shit.
Down! Everybody down! Look out! Don't move!
Get wrecked, son.
Sam trusted me because of what we'd been through together in the Gulf. That's why he called me after Third Echelon did their little number on him. He needed someone to watch his back. I was the only one who could.
Do I get to play this? I don't even remember this. Guess it wasn't that big of a level.
Budsky, this is Wofford Base. We've got a UAV showing 2 men down, your squad leader missing and presumed KIA. Find cover and hold your position. We'll come get you. I am ordering you to wait for evacuation. You read me?
That is very weird. A Splinter Cell? When you play as a young Sam Fisher in the Iraq War? Really? The Gulf War, not the new one. Is this silenced? It's not. Why does he have an AK with a scope? It is a change of pace. This is really weird. I am glad I never got past that level. I had no idea about this. Talk about being unspoiled for a very old game. Don't I have a pistol? I do, okay. Do I still have mark and execute? Well, I guess his day didn't go very well. Wow. This is very different. Another AK. This guy's uniform? Oh, this is the guy I killed. Okay. This is the Iraqi uniform. I was going to comment that this uniform didn't look anything like the one I was using. Probably not a very good day. Yeah. I don't think it was. Well, I'll keep killing everyone like this, I guess.
انتظروا انني اعبئ ذخيرتي كم من الوقت ستبقى مختبئا
Or just kill one guy and let all the others escape. Where are they? Did I actually kill everyone? Because it felt like I saw someone leave. These guys see worse than the ones at night. Okay. I wasn't hearing the speaking, but maybe it's some propaganda thing? Could also be that. There were some shots. Weren't there? I am confused. Oh, there's a guy there. Okay. Oh, I don't have mark and execute. Forgot to talk about something with the Spider-Man script. I am fearful. What did you forget? Who was playing Spider-Man? Peter's love interest isn't Mary Jane Watson or Gwen Stacy, it's Liz Allen. Liz Allen, from the newspaper? No, that's Betty Brant. No, I don't remember who's Liz Allen. I'm sorry. That's a very deep cut, or either that's a very deep cut, or I am very confused. I actually approve that they took away mark and execute. Because he doesn't have spy training yet. Is that what?
بتغطيتي إنني أعيد التزويد لن نقع في هذا الفخ أيها الوقت
I don't even have an ammo limit. This level is really weird. The whole level is weird. I have grenades too, guys. No need to be a dick. Huh? Yes, come here. Yeah, definitely don't have mark and execute anymore. She was in the cartoon, I believe. Hey Jello. Sorry I was not here yesterday. Oh, your grandma died. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. How are you holding up? How's your family? Allen and Lisa Allen are two different people. Yeah, but I still don't know who she was. Huh? Oh, there is a lot of text that I didn't read. You don't remember Lisa Allen exactly? Okay. It's super nerd cut. She was in maybe 20 issues. It's Mary Jane's best friend? Okay. She was last seen in the 80s. Well, it is, It is a 1992 movie, so it was written in 1991, I guess. It's okay, your mom can't stop crying. Yeah, death is very hard to deal with. I really have no real comforting words, because that's something everyone has to figure out on their own. But just know that you can always come here and have some friends to talk with, either about that or just chill and talk about something else, whatever you want. I lost my grandfather not long ago, and it's still something that hurts every time, and I always felt like it was something that was best faced head on for me, because I didn't want to pretend like it didn't happen or try to live my life as if that hadn't happened. I wanted to embrace that and be a little stronger with what I could take away from that, and I hope I did. I he would want that. So I just hope that whatever your grandfather died last year, stuff seeing people who are sick getting worse. Yeah. Sickness is even worse because sometimes people become a shadow of themselves, and you actually lose track of who they were sometimes, and you have to keep remembering the people as they were. Having your friends and your family be sick is the worst thing that can happen. But Jello, I hope you can face that, and you can always be here, and everyone here is here for you. As you can see, I love you all. You're being awesome right now. You got your grandfather's name as a neck tattoo. That's really cool. That's a cool homage. Yeah, when it's someone who raises you. I was raised by my grandparents as well. I always went there after school, and I spent all my time with my grandmother and my grandfather. They lived just across the street, but now my grandmother lives with me because we didn't want her to be alone. Your real name is Joel? Nice to meet you. So, I didn't know your name yet. Hardest thing is that I told him I will see him again when I last saw him, and he died a couple of days later. Everyone goes through it, yeah. Yeah, it is. People we lose make us stronger all the time, and I'm sure that's how they want it to be as well. I certainly wouldn't want a son or a grandson to be weakened by my loss, but to maybe take example of everything I was and everything I tried doing for him and for myself and for my family. Yeah, we are a reflection of the people who raise us. Yeah. It's always sad to think about all this, but we have to face it. Sooner or later, we all do. Let's continue the game. I will continue the game. Yeah. let's kill people in video games. It's always easier to deal with. We're in a level with no stealth or silence. I am sneaking around, but yeah, I guess I don't have any stealth. Constructive conversations can happen in video game chats. Oh, they can. I believe everything can happen. Alright. Can I shoot the bleach? Wow. You know, guys, I feel it's really weird that Splinter Cell does not have explosive barrels lying around. I wonder if this one... Oh, that blows up, okay. Yeah. There are barrels, but they don't blow up. I feel it's really weird. Even video games have such a big role sometimes, especially for me. I spend a lot of time playing video games, and video games have been the one constant in my life. And I feel like they teach me to deal with breakups, with death, with so many things, with sickness too. Not the broho shooters, of course, but the journeys, the flowers, I would really love to play that Dragon Cancer, because I felt like that game has some good potential too. Final Fantasy has helped me deal with breakups time and time again. Do you think they desensitize you? No, not at all. I am I am a crier, and I feel through video games as well. So I don't think they desensitize me. If only they make me more aware to everything that happens around me, and allow me to see things through other people's eyes, so that I can better understand what everyone is feeling. Is that it? Oh, there's a red barrel. I wonder if it blows up. It does, yay! I guess only explosive barrels in Iraq. I know there was probably no explosive barrel in any of the previous Splinter Cell games, and now I feel weird that there's not one here. What? Should cut this up and make this a highlight. Maybe this conversation can help someone on YouTube. I don't know, you think so? I don't feel I'm very good with words. Especially being that I am not a native speaker. And it's a very weird conversation to put up on YouTube while playing Splinter Cell, isn't it? I don't know, and what I always try to do is at least stay positive whatever happens. And one of my... Right now, it hasn't been like that forever. But right now, a very big inspiration for me is Greg Miller. Oh wow, wrecked. Because I felt so inspired by how he handled cancer when he had it. Because he made it a joke. and he made it something that we all lived together as fans. It was so weird to me. Because I had never seen anyone tackle it like that. I don't know if you're familiar with Greg Miller, Dr. No Sauce. Oh, that's another grenade. Oh, I didn't die. Oh, okay. I thought I had died. That guy is pretty much out of my sight. He can't take over here, otherwise I won't be able to hit it. Does that thing blow up as well? No, it's not red. Of course. But yeah, Greg Miller posted on his Facebook page when it was 3 years after he was diagnosed with cancer. Something really inspiring to me. I actually ended up forwarding that to him later when he was kind of down, because he made such a big speech about how it always gets better. Whatever it is you're living through, being alive is always worth it because it gets better all the time. It's something that I really feel, that even if you have bad days, bad months, bad years, things will always get better one day, and then there will be that day when you'll be glad that you lived through those hardships, and you can still be there and enjoy whatever it is you're enjoying at that moment in time. I feel so strongly about that. That's the one thing that always keeps me going. And I thought like that before I read it from him, but he put it in words so much better than I can ever do. It's a very good grate. It's a bulletproof grate. Oh. I blew up that car, didn't I? Greg Miller says really great stuff when he's not a goofball. Yeah, he really did. Did you read the post he made on the forums about that the best friend that tipped him on the last Colin and Greg live, that told him he was going to commit suicide after Kind of Funny Live, and he actually got in debt to be able to go. That was going to be the last thing he ever did. But then he was actually inspired by what he lived there and the people he met there to go on living. And I felt that was so beautiful as a community, as a whole community, to have done that, and especially for the people who were actually there and engaged with him. And Greg had such beautiful words to say about all of that, and I really feel like Greg is he's a great speaker, but he speaks from the heart, and that's very, very important. And I feel that when I read what he says. I remember hearing that up on Calling Him Greg Live. Yeah, Greg made a post on the forums about that, because he was actually kind of saying sorry for not paying it that much attention live, because it's like what's happening right now. I would be able to speak a lot better if I had like an hour or two to write an essay like he did later. Yeah, he was listening to Tim and Kevin goofing off, and he didn't pay enough attention to all of that, and he actually ended up making a post about it and addressing that best friend and the whole thing there, and the best friend who tipped actually saw it, and he didn't see it on the forum, but we shared it on our Facebook group, and he commented there saying that was him, and that he was really grateful for the people who were there and for Greg, and it felt really, really sweet. And to have the power to save a life like that not as a community, I don't feel like I did something, but it's a group I belong to that did something like that, and I really feel that's something beautiful the whole community did. Because if we're all part of it, we all make it better, we all make it good or bad. I really feel like this scenario is very bland, isn't it? I like the change of pace, but this is a very bland level. Not that I've ever been in Iraq. Yeah, the Kind of Funny family is very awesome. I really feel happy to be a part of it and to help keep it something awesome on Facebook. Search the buildings. Huh? Yeah, that's enough of the sad stuff. I want you guys to be happy, and I want everyone to be happy. The whole world needs to be a happy place. That's why I enjoy Taylor Swift so much. I like the happiness. know, I was actually driving my friends around last night, because I don't drink and they do, and it was like, it was me and... Want to read a bit more of the Spider-Man script? Oh man, I am always up for more dumb Spider-Man script. So yeah, I was driving my four lady friends around, and they were all tipsy, and I was listening to Taylor Swift in my car, and they were like, "I can't believe you're listening to Taylor Swift and this and that." Kind of saying it's bad for a dude to be listening to Taylor Swift, and they love the Carnival songs, and I don't get it. The Carnival songs are so bad and so much worse than everything I've ever heard. I don't know. Taylor Swift gets a bad rap. Rusty does not like Taylor Swift, I know. I know, cause I remember asking for Taylor Swift on Rusty's channel, and he didn't want to play it. Rusty is evil. He does not like Taylor Swift. Hold on, Sam. This was a bad one. Peter Liz, she's great. She has a boyfriend. Oh, I get it. How's that girl you told us about, Peter? Liz, she's great, but she has a boyfriend. Boy your age should have a girlfriend. That's something Aunt May would say. Aunt May, she has a steady boyfriend. What? I like the fact that Aunt May is encouraging Peter to be a homewrecker. You like Taylor Swift, just not all the songs? Okay. What songs do you like, Rusty? Tell me what Taylor Swift songs you like. Colada for you too. Is that a joke you guys understand? You know what pina colada is. I don't know the names. Yes, run away, Rusty. Run away when I'm questioning you about Taylor Swift. Peter, any girl that's worth your attention is of course gonna have a boyfriend. If she really gets to know what you have to offer, you get my drift? Oh wow. She really is encouraging him to be a homewrecker, wow. That's not the Aunt May I know. God will be... Oh, they really turned this into an action game, didn't they? Just get up and punch the dude in the face! Oh, well. Haven't shown you Uncle Ben, that's a great one. Oh, fuck. Show me Uncle Ben. Tell me.
تحرك واذهب. كلما طال بحثي عنك جرنت أكثر. جثث ميتة دع الصحراء تتولى أمرها. أفضل من هذا. إنه هناك بناء. هيا هيا. هل يعجبك هذا؟
I guess I am going to change to a pistol.
هيا بنا. تحرك. اذهب اذهب اذهب.
The New York Mets are playing baseball on TV.
يا حقير.
Oh.
نعم، التخطيط كان ممتاز. اطلقوا عليه. سوف لا تحاول الهرب مني أيها الجبان.
I should learn. I don't. Is there any way to roll in this game? Like roll away quickly? Well, that's not a good roll. I can't get out and get away from the grenades soon enough.
تحرك الآن. اخرج أيها الأحمق. إنك لقد أمسكتك يا أخي. اللعنة.
Hey Zach, how are you doing? Welcome back. Peter watches with his Uncle Ben. What? Oh. Paunchy? What's a paunchy? 65-year-old in polyester sacks and a comfy old sweater. ANI meets Cap. Is perched on Ben's head. A beer can is in his hand, a cluttered but familiar living room scrolls comfortably around him. Another brewski? No, I'm fine, Uncle Ben. Yeah, wait to do it, alright. You don't follow the Mets like you used to, do you, Pete? No, not so much anymore. Funny, when your mom and dad passed away, I had this idea. I wanted you to be the best baseball player that ever was. Geez, whatever happened to that? Well, very big dreams, huh? Paunchy means is a bit on the outside? Okay. If it's another brewski, it's not living? What's a good job? Got blown up? Oh, okay. Well, excuse me. I thought I was playing a stealth game. A spy thriller. Not a fucking action game. Oh, he rolls. I just don't know how. Because I couldn't do it. Hello, just some tedious Photoshop work that's kind of annoying. Well, I have some Photoshop work to do after this as well. I need to get a book, a photography book ready for print by tomorrow. So I am probably going to be working on that after the stream. Doing this really big presentation in a month, and I'm in charge of making the entire presentation. Why are you doing it yourself? We have Microsoft Office on my really slow laptop, so I'm making the slides in Photoshop. That seems like a good idea, yeah. So you just need to open the PowerPoint and punch the steel slides in. What? Is that me? Am I the one being tortured, or am I the one being the torturer? Either way, I hope this level is almost over. Doing it myself because it looks really good in Photoshop compared to everybody else's work. They were all like, we'll just give you the info. Do you trade for that? Because I did that a lot on when I was in university, but I used to trade. Like, I'm doing all this work.
Hey, what's your name?
So you guys will have to do my work for me on the work X, Y, and Z.
Tell me your orders, bitch!
Okay. How did you know he was getting to? I guess I wasn't either of the not to torture, not to torture.
Thanks, Vic. Don't thank me till we're out of here.
When's backup coming?
Good question. Wofford Base. This is Husky. I got 2 for a ride out of here.
Husky, this is Wolford Base. You are one lucky son of a bitch. We'll have a bird in the air as soon as we can pinpoint your location.
Roger that, Wofford. We are at... We gotta move!
Guys, let's make one thing clear here. Am I playing as Sam Fisher?
Keep your head down!
Or did I rescue Sam Fisher? I don't know. Protect Sam. I guess I am. I rescued Sam, isn't it? Playing as the other dude, the one he called. Wow, anyone else want to join the party? Clearly I didn't invite all these people. Guess you're going to die then because you're not Sam. No, I guess I am the guy he called on the real timeline. Well, this is the real timeline. I mean, in the present. Maybe way to acquire a better computer. I was stuck with 500 megabytes of memory computer today. That was really bad. Because my mom wanted to revive it. I hadn't been using a long time. It's slow.
Sorry, Sam.
Husky, this is Bosworth. You still down there?
Everyone dies.
Why don't you boys sit your asses down and we'll come get you?
We're not going anywhere. Hear that, Sam? We're getting out of here!
Thanks for coming back for me, Nick.
We don't leave a brother behind, Sam. We don't leave family.
That op started a change in Sam. One that would take years to really show itself. Years of figuring out what that change meant. But Sam's deal with Grimm meant he needed intel on EMPs and Black Arrow right now. Sam never asked for the little things, which meant this was big. The other question was where to meet. We picked the National Mall, public space, lots of crowds for cover, open approaches. It made life tricky for the spotters. I could dodge them, and Sam, he could find them, and he did.
Okay. No, I wasn't. You're playing as Sam, whose objective was to protect him. No, I was protecting with. I was playing with Sam Fisher's friend, which he's meeting now. He's meeting with the guy who saved him in Iraq.
Hey, Sam, I'm being tailed here. Black Arrow wants to crash our party.
I think that's it.
It's not a secret that we
That's
know
what
each
I
other,
got.
Vic. They're watching you, hoping to catch me.
I think I'm insulted. You better take them out quietly so we can talk before they get back up.
What else is new?
I'm serious, Sam. If they spot you or the crowd does, the meet is off. Too much heat. Now get to it.
I have a 2 terabytes, 12 gig tower. The Microsoft Office in my school issued computer.
Just the bait. Wait for him to lead us to Fisher,
You
then let
probably
me know,
need
and
to
we'll
get
back up down here so fast it'll make
another
your head
office.
spin. Got it? Good.
How much is a Microsoft Office anyway? And why? This is all. Wait. Let's dial back. All my computers have always come with Microsoft Office on them. How come yours don't? I'm confused. I guess you're going to that because you're not 10. Oh, you think this is the villain? Going to find out he orchestrated everything, the kidnapping, the fake murder, everything? Probably. I don't know. To make that such a big mission, instead of just a flashback, maybe he betrays you. Who knows? Should put a very lightweight Linux grenade. No. I took the hard drive, the hard disk drive out of the laptop, and then submerged it in water to ensure it will never work again. You're Sam, it's it to protect Sam. The person you rescued thanked Sam for helping him out? That's weird. Maybe I missed it. Which makes the person who was rescued Vic. Then how? Why did the objective say protect Sam? I'm confused. Microsoft Office is very expensive to an unemployed 17-year-old. I guess. I just don't understand how you can buy a PC without Microsoft Office. Why would I want to eliminate Tails? He flies. I like him. He helps Sonic. I don't know who I'm supposed to eliminate though.
Crazy.
Oh, the guys on the guys marked on the screen. Of course.
No, not at all.
Can't go on the ride. Why not? It was camouflage. Can I take them out if we're not in the darkness? Uh-oh.
The crowd's panicking. You have to leave. The meeting's off.
Oh, you must interrogate the Tails in the dark to avoid drawing attention. Done fucked up. Son. Yeah, I don't understand it either. So I was playing with Sam. That's a given, right?
Wants to crash our party.
It's not a secret that we know each other, Vic. They're watching you, hoping to catch me.
I think I'm insulted. You better take them out quietly so we can talk before they get back up.
What else is there?
Serious, Sam. If they spot you or the crowd does, the meet is off. Too much heat. Now get to it.
There's no way we can use them up before the fair. Tried.
Remember, people, cost isn't the target, just the bait. Wait for him to lead us to Fisher, then let me know, and we'll have backup down here so fast it'll make your head spin. Got it? Good.
Okay, this guy's coming in here.
Why are you following me?
I wasn't following you. I swear.
Oh, you swear, do you?
Talk to me about Victor Cost.
He's just this guy. I swear. I don't know anything else.
Well, I wanted to use the garbage can. See if I could, at least. Peter pulls out a quarter, and then there's a phone booth. He dials. Hello, Aunt May. Peter, what time is it? Are you alright? Well, no, I mean, yeah, I'm fine, but listen. Auntie, the craziest thing happened to me tonight. Does this have to do with a certain girl we talked about at dinner? No, look, there was this radioactive experiment. I was poisoned. You were what? I was bitten by a bug. Oh, I get it. You mean a love bug. Okay, this one is the worst. Oh, a spider. Peter, did you at least talk to her? Aunt May, listen to me. I got bitten on the hand by a poisonous spider. She bit you. Oh god. I was in the bathroom and... Oh, you did it in the bathroom? Peter, this is craziness. Why don't you use your bed? You're up all night. You're in the radioactive labs. You never take time to eat or sleep.
Okay, your time's over.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this conversation? Who wrote this? Oh, 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 oh.
Make it the most amazing one of the night. That's right, there are still
Looking for me?
Oh, crap. You're Fisher. Don't hurt me. I don't know anything.
I'm disappointed that he doesn't use these things.
Tell me about your plans for me and your cost.
Fuck, Fisher. I was supposed to call it in when we saw you. Backup's waiting. Ready to take you in.
Time for a change of plans, then.
Hardly. If people are waiting, they're probably going to notice that they're not communicating, right?
Hey. What do you think?
Those people kind of jerked off to the side, didn't they?
Last chance to win a prize, fellas.
Come on, pal. It's almost closing time. Give me one more shot.
These guys are not the brightest cookies, aren't they?
Got a minute to talk.
Oh, shit! You're Fisher, are you? Oh, shit!
This could have gotten way out of hand.
Why are you following Victor Cost?
This was just bait. I'm an associate. We were waiting for you. Told to call it in when we saw you.
The other guy already told me that.
Vic, I've taken care of your admirers.
No, it's not. Then we got a window before the handlers figure out they're done and send friends. If we're gonna do the face-to-face thing, we gotta do it now. You know the area around the monument?
Yeah.
Oh, I know it so well.
There's a standalone booth right in front. Meet me there, I'll let you in.
It's a good question. Spider-Man, written by Barry Cohen and Ted Newson and James Cameron II. Revision by Joseph Goldmine and James Cameron. John Mercado. Third revision by James Cameron, based on screenplays. Yeah, the other dudes. I never heard of any of those other people. And I assume James Cameron II is not the same James Cameron. Welcome back, Dr. Noob Sauce. Also, I need to take a moment to address the fact that when Dr. Noob Sauce followed me on stream, I greeted him as the R noob sauce because I couldn't put together that the and an R means doctor. What the fuck? Nope, I think they're all the very same James Cameron. Oh, okay. I thought it could be like written by his son or something. How am I supposed to get in? Oh, there's a door here.
There you are. Here, put this on. We don't have a lot of time. Those spotters had to have backup. So we'll go over the basics here, cover the rest by phone.
Sounds good.
Look in the bag, you'll find your favorite pistol.
I didn't get you anything.
Shut up, Sam, there's no time. You'll also find something I borrowed from a buddy over at DARPA. It's a portable EMP generator. Low intensity, short range. The bag's shielded so you can stash your gear in there, but hit the trigger, you'll fry everything around you to use as juice.
Nice. What else do you have for me?
There's a file in the bag, but here's the short version. There's an R&D house called Whitebox, a DoD contractor that does work on EMP technology. So, 6 months ago, they suddenly contract out all their security to those assholes over at Black Arrow. Now, that's a breaking pattern for them. They don't do corporate security. And based on what you told me about them...
Might be a connection.
Bingo. It's slim, but you've gone Fifth Freedom based on less. All right, time for you to go. And you ping me when you reach safe distance, and we'll talk more about Whitebox before you go in.
Will do. Stay safe there.
By order of the Department of Public Works, this fair and the museum are now closed. We have detected a gas leak on site. Everybody is to leave the fairground in an orderly fashion immediately.
Escape the car. I guess it's not going to be that easy, is it?
Attention, attention! There's a gas leak on the site. For your safety, we need you to proceed to your cars in an orderly fashion immediately. I repeat, this is for your safety.
Favorite pistol. How is this my favorite pistol? It's not even silenced. Blind spot.
You think I'm that stupid? I ain't going in there!
Okay, let's get under
You think I'm
this.
going in there? You're out of your damn...
I should probably have explored this park a little better, I guess.
Give me a break! No way I'm going in there!
Maybe it's like that'll take my favorite knife is a sharp knife, but instead
No way
it's
I'm
my
going in
favorite
there.
gun is the one in my hand. That could be, makes sense, yes.
Oh no, no fucking way I'm going in there!
I would not discredit that saying.
You think I'm that stupid?
These guys talk too much, don't they? Especially for people who are trying to ambush a super spy. I don't know, I feel like I would be very, very, very quiet if I was going to try and subdue a guy known for his killing skills.
You fix the gas leak, sir! You can come out! Damn it! Oh, crap!
Okay, who wants to go and take a look at that?
saw something right over there. It's gotta be him.
Wow, he was
No way we're going in
doing
there.
a stage
How
dive,
about you
huh?
come down? Hey, it's over there. No gas leak, Fisher. It's bullet. Oh shit, not now. You think I'm going in there? You're out of your damn mind. Give me a break. No way I'm going in there. Are you kidding me? No way I'm going in there!
You think I'm that stupid? Headshot. I can't understand what they're saying, but I realize that they're talking way too much. But if that happened, that should be a highlight. You think I'm that stupid? Okay, guys. Why can't I jump that? It happened? That is great. I only have one way to go. Can I jump this too? No. Would be funny if he actually tried to jump that, put his hand on it, like burn himself. Oh. See you there, bud.
Show me how you did it back at the airfield, Fisher. Come get me. You left us at the airfield to come to the fair? Come on, Fisher, it can't be. It's right there.
I thought they wouldn't see me. It would be funny.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
Oh, more dudes. You guys are all so entertaining. I'm so sad I have to leave the party earlier.
Oh man, oh shit! I'll get you this time! I shoot! Last right, Fisher! Changing clip!
Is that guy dead? Yes, okay.
Oh no, no fucking way I'm going in there!
I'm gonna go die on my bed. It's late. I haven't slept much this weekend.
You think I'm that stupid?
I think I might have recovered today, but yeah, I feel you. I haven't slept much all week.
You think I'm going in there? You're
Never do, I guess. So, see you later, Zach, and thanks for stopping by. Where's this guy?
All those years you were
It was for the greater good, Sam. And I would do it again in a heartbeat, for the same reasons.
Guess I never did know better.
No, you didn't. And you still don't.
Can I walk? Oh, okay. Anything I can do? No. I can just look left or right. You're like Peter Parker, don't do it in the bathroom though. I guess it went worse for me than it went for him. Clearly. That was the Washington Monument? There's a fair around it?
When Sam came to me for help, I wasn't gonna say no. He'd always been more the lone wolf type, and he needed a little reminder on the value of sticking your neck out. After the fun and games at the monument, Sam headed to White Box. The goons who bought the place had already gotten what they wanted out of it and were moving it off-site. But he didn't care what they were taking out. He wanted to get in. Not that a double-walled EMP containment structure has a lot of back doors. He just needed one.
You see what's weird is that the narrator is the guy we met, right? The Vic guy. So can he actually be the villain? Why don't I have any more available points? How do I get points? Yeah, the narrator is Vic. Yeah. Oh, but this can have... Oh, fuck. It can have four marks. How do I get more points, though? I have no idea. These. Who knows? I don't like this whole flash forward business they're doing. I feel like we're going back to Lost. Yeah. Which is never good. Who's this? Is that Colin Farrell? Mixed with Nicolas Cage? It kind of looks like Nicolas Cage, doesn't it? Maybe not. Okay, I don't explore. Don't care about anything. Shouldn't have done this. I regret everything. Can I actually be invisible in the foliage? I can't, can I? Nope. Of course not. I guess I will need to stream the other Splinter Cell games, because this one is clearly not a real Splinter Cell game. I feel like I'm doing this series a disservice by starting here. No idea what that is, probably a game designer. Kim comes by and leans seductively by her locker. Kim is a ripe one and hot. Is that on Peter's school? Seems very inappropriate. I wanted to take out that guy hand to hand, but you can't even pick a guard's body. What kind of Splinter Cell game doesn't allow you to pick a body and carry it and hide it? Because there are no alert phases. Wow, take it easy, radio. I just got here. Jeez, I'm more scared than my dogs.
So, Vic, how do I get in this box?
Look for an industrial air exchanger on the side of the building. Breach it, then go for their security monitoring setup downstairs. Your next objective should be easy to pick out once you access the camera feeds.
Famous last words.
What did he say? What were the famous last words? The first game is so different. All of them are, really. 1, 2, and 3 are very different from this. 4 is a little more streamlined, but it's still very much in line with the trilogy. This game is different from what I imagined Sam Fisher game to be. What happened to shooting light bulbs? No idea. I can still shoot them. But do I really care? I don't. I am very OP. I don't need to shoot any light bulbs. Splinter Cell is a very hard game. I actually need to play those games again for the HD trilogy, so I can stream at least one of them. Not sure I want to stream all 3. You are probably going to be bored to hell if I stream all 3. Yeah, I can choose one and stream it. Okay. First game forces you to play a certain way. Save the light bulbs, save the light bulbs. Oh, do you mean, yes. I was reading that as the same part of the line. Yeah, I guess they were trying to save some light bulbs by doing it like this. But, no. I don't want to save the light bulbs. I'm sorry. This is the Splinter Cell for the Assassin's Creed generation. I wonder how Blacklist is now. I'm more worried about Blacklist now that I've played this. Because I bought Blacklist already, but I didn't read that much about it. I felt like it was, it's a Splinter Cell game, I want it. When it got cheap, I saw it really cheap one day and I just bought it without thinking much about it. I would buy it anyway, I guess. It would be good to know if it was bad beforehand. Wow, at least there are no enemies around. For now. They were good. This one is fun multiplayer. Blacklist, that's after this one or before. It came out after this, but I think it's supposed to be different. Like, get that anywhere you want as long as it's between 1 and 4. Because he's supposed to be younger, but he's... yeah, it makes no sense, I think. Blacklist has a younger Sam Fisher, but he is the leader of Third Echelon. And all this time the leader has been Lambert. Lambert dies in the end, at the end of Double Agent, I think. Which is what actually sends him on this unhinged path. So I would assume it's supposed to be like a reboot to the series. A very soft reboot, but it's a reboot nonetheless. And it's not Michael Ironside either, so kind of distancing themselves from the old Splinter Cell games. Well, is this how you want to do it? Do I kill those people? Maybe not. Maybe they're innocent. Taken against their will. So... been here before. I don't care about this pipe. You're not being Assassin's Creed now, are you? Oh, there's a path here. Security room. Okay. But you see, I never played Blacklist. I still have it sealed. So I have no opinion of that game so far. I'm fearful for it now. I haven't really been paying attention after going to the fair. Why are we here again? I don't know. We are uncovering a conspiracy about this group because... I don't know, because Grimm said she needed someone who is not a part of Third Echelon. Not sure they've been compromised. I should be able to knock on the door. Yeah, that was before the flash forward, when Grimm's daughter said that hope the controls are better on Blacklist.
Reloading! Cover me! Get now, bitch! You gonna give your blood to the scientists, Bishop? Can't hide from me! Take this!
Once an agent.
I was so surprised I reacted in Portuguese. Blacklist had good controls. So you played this, right, Dr. Noob Sauce, and you played Blacklist too? You think it's better? Can I mark them from here? No. That's too bad.
Come on, people. You said you'd be done 2 hours ago. What? We're not working fast enough for you?
That guy's going to die, isn't he?
My job? I'm going to tell Lucius Galliard that you are interfering in our work. What do you think about that? You hear that?
I did. But what he doesn't realize is that we work for Galliard too.
You can't. I just did. You got a choice. Get back to work. Where you next?
Not this one. Need her at the Bravo site. You can have the other as long as it's useful. Finish and start final phase.
And the rest of the building?
Roll it all back.
What? You can't? This is unacceptable.
You. Keep Poindexter here working. I gotta clean up to supervise.
Yep, I'm sure that's going a lot faster now that you reduced the workforce by 2 when it was just 3. Played all of them. I just don't remember Conviction because it's been so long. Blacklist was fun for multiplayer, and stealth is kind of thrown out of the window. I know how Metal Gear Solid did the same with no real stealth. Yeah, I guess there's no real stealth in this one either. Yeah, I thought there was more stealth in what few levels I played of co-op. Because this game has has 2 campaigns. It has the Sam Fisher campaign that's single player, and another campaign that's co-op only. That I'm not going to stream because I don't have a co-op partner. Did anyone see that? Only game to have real stealth was the first 8-Man and 1. It's the same stealth mechanic as Assassin's Creed Advanced Sneaking.
Oh, god damn it! This dude's dead!
Talking about a light meter and sound meter, real stealth, hiding bodies for hidden controls, kind of stuff. That happened in Pandora Tomorrow and Chaos Theory as well. I think Splinter Cell did a good job of staying a stealth game, at least until this one. Even Double Agent is still very much a stealth game. A lot more than I expected, actually. Ooh.
Ooh, fuck! Ah! Where the fuck is he? Can't get away that easy.
The guy died on the other side. How did I know I'm on this side? That makes no sense.
That's what I thought. You're a sick flashbang. Watch your eyes.
Grenades are cheating.
Oh shit! Not.
Oh. Uh-oh. Well. This is interesting. A flying gun. I didn't expect to come to this. I guess we found our god. The god of the Splinter Cell universe is this gun. Oh god damn it, that dude's dead. Headshot. How is this stealth? No, this one is not. But the Double Agent, I think it was still stealth. I love these intense moments too, but this game is not stealth. I mean, the first 4 are stealth. I think they are. Oh, the scientist was working on floating guns. Yeah, I guess. That could be it. Oh wow. This is a very fun bug. A very harmless but fun bug. Yeah, it's not there. Can I walk through it? I can't. Stabbed with a machine gun. Sam Fisher, that's how he died. I have a machine gun nipple. There are too many jokes to do here. I have a machine gun nipple and I am not afraid to use it. Oh well. Thanks for that game. I enjoyed that.
Don't kill me.
Answer my questions and we'll see. What are you working on that requires this kind of lockdown?
Electromagnetic pulse countermeasure stuff for DARPA, mostly. Or we were. Since Robertson got here, it's been all project-driven.
Robertson? What's his deal?
You mean besides letting Black Arrow take over the lab? He collects all the experimental data and wipes it off the rest of the systems. It's bad for workflow, and only he can see the big picture of what we're working on.
What about Lucius Galliard? Where does he fit in?
He's my boss, the owner of the company, and the guy who hired Black Arrow and Robertson to do security.
I'm thinking it might be a good idea to relieve Robertson of that data. Can you get me in?
I could get you into the elevator.
Good. Do it, then get out.
Black Arrow is a security code name, isn't it?
I think I'd rather stay. Some of my friends, they might need my help. Maybe I can...
Good luck.
I'll level the shadows on the gun still work. Yeah, the gun was still completely modeled. Or you mean it's still dynamic shadows? Oh, my shadows on the gun. Oh yeah, that's cool. So this still works, but the gun is not there? Wow. That's weird. That is weird, yeah. Yeah,
You better get going.
Dr. Noobsauce, do you think Hitman was only stealthy on the first one as well? Don't you think, what their names, 2 Contracts and Blood Money are still stealthy? Black Arrow sounds like a security company? No, I don't. No, that's not what I mean. I think Black Arrow is something like a code name for a situation on Special Ops Talk. Oh. Well. I guess you're dead. Jump what? Yeah. Better turn that off. Not such a big improvement. Yeah, like an operation. It should mean something, because I remember I was watching a film the other day where they actually used that to signify something. And I remember there was a Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow, and I thought that's what the title meant. So there should be something around, not sure what though. First game for both series had very strict situations you had to complete, which weren't loved by many except hardcore fans, so in the second iterations of both games they toned them down. See what you mean. I see what you mean on Splinter Cell. Although I still think it's very stealthy, yes, it is less hardcore, hard mode at least. Because I know I had a lot more trouble playing Splinter Cell 1 and finishing that game than I had playing Pandora Tomorrow. Hitman, I never played the first one. It never came out on console, so no console, no buy. Is this where I was before? Wow. That was really, really loud. Wow, what a jump scare. Man. Thanks for the host, Dr. Noob Sauce. That was really loud. I was so scared by that. I need... I need to go lower that a lot. That was Amtaro, yes. Thank you for the host, Dr. Noob Sauce. Wow. That was the biggest jump scare I ever got. Because the mechanics were changed to mainstream the game. They should do a Hitman 1 HD so I could maybe play that. Where am I? I don't even know. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I get follow notifications if you unfollow and follow again. At least I am not supposed to. Yes, everyone come to the windows where I am already known to be killing people. Yeah, but I lowered the volume anyway, so it should not happen.
To the sidewalk.
You can always, host or tweet out the stream so other people follow. I will be glad for the follows, even if I get scared. Damn, that was so scary. Cause it's really weird. I am a scaredy cat, especially with big loud sounds. But it's also because the game audio is so low, so it doesn't echo for you guys. That seems even louder. And today it was really loud. I guess I was just kinda, oh shit, I started streaming and I don't remember if the PC was loud or not. So I'm going to up the audio a bit and hope for the best. I guess it didn't work. Or I guess it did. Oh, they killed the hostages, fuck. Was it because of me? Were they already dead? I'm going to have a heart attack. Because of follow notifications. Rest in peace, David Sinai. He died because he got scared with a follow notification. Or a host notification in this case. Those scientists were probably already dead. Okay. I thought when I got scared they were still alive. But then my controller kept going wherever he was going. Reach Robertson's office. Okay. I am quite lost with the plot in this game. Okay, this is where I was before. I thought I had killed everyone here. When you were on the other side of the building, they were still alive? Oh yeah, that that they were, because I thought about shooting them myself. What do we do if you get a heart attack? Hope for the best? I don't know. Call a hacker to trace my IP, and then call medical services of my country to come pick me up. Call my mom. Open the window. We don't want dead people smell on this place. Oh shit. He's not fast at escaping, and that is weird. I actually think he ran faster. Wow, that's a very big setback, isn't it? Maybe not. Let's see if they were alive or not. No. Come in here. Look at the window. Such a big window.
Got a problem. Damn it!
It's a beautiful
I don't know
window.
who did this, but when I catch him, he's dead. Major disturbance here.
It's actually
We might have
a
a
big,
hostile in the
beautiful
lab.
window.
Let's give his head to Colonel Prentice. Come on out. We've got the whole white box covered. You ain't got a chance. There! What the? There! I think he's there.
Sam Fisher's retired though,
Blood.
right? Yes, yes, he is.
Sam, buddy! Shoot the son of a bitch! We're the wrong guy to mess with, buddy.
Oh, that's how you get points. Okay. Oh well. Don't kill those
Something's
people.
not right. I'm gonna take a look around.
Oh, I got him anyway. I thought he was leaving.
Right over there. You wanna mess with me? Okay. Reloading. Got you, Fisher.
Yes. Everyone take the express train down. So close, if only they all went to that one window ledge. Are we rooting for stupid AI now? I guess we always were. Stupid AI makes everything better.
The hell, man.
Where's the guy that I disturbed when I was here?
Worried about rings. Last thing you want to do is put a few rounds in some lead. No pressure right now. No, don't worry about me. I'll turn
Doesn't fall down the stairs. I'm actually more scaring these guys than taking out the lights.
Nice try, but I ain't buying.
Yeah,
Hear me?
still lights. Such a broken mechanic. True, yeah. Window ledge is very most overpowered weapon. Window ledge. Hey, if I can use it, I will. I need every advantage I can get. Enemy's enemy is your friend. In this case, their enemy is gravity. Yeah. Clearly, they can't handle too much gravity. Can I mark? Yes.
Might as well come on out. Be quiet. Everybody stay sharp and remain in radio contact. Where'd he go? Looks clear. Let's move to the next zone. Looks quiet. Let's head to the next zone. Come on
There's more? Oh, he's coming down. Hey, dude. Yeah, this game is more tailored to make you feel like a badass than it's tailored to make you feel like a spy. Too much Jason Bourne. Those guys are coming down here, aren't they? Oh. You just gotta get their attention. Just a little bit of attention. Not much. Or not, because now they're running around like crazy. I have another way to go up without the stairs, I guess. Then I have to look that far. Hey! Don't you want to take cover a little closer to the ledge? Like, please? Oh no, what happened to that guy? I wonder if it was something he ate. Ah. So many people killed over that ledge. I wonder if I should peek over it. Yeah, this game is not the brightest enemies. Wasn't that window closed as well? Oh, I broke the window, the glass. It's fine. Oh, this leads to the same place.
Sam, I know you're inside White Box. I can help. Just let me know when you reach Robertson's system.
So you heard everything. What a surprise. But now you're supposed to have good news about Sarah.
She's on the line. That's why I called. Make it quick.
Dad?
Sarah, is it you? Are you okay?
They told me you were dead, Dad. They told me that you'd been killed.
They told me the same thing about you.
Sorry, Sam. Time's up.
Graham.
Later. You've got work to do.
Huh. What for? There's always a million ways to go up things. Is that a hallmark of Splinter Cell? No, it's not. Seems like a checkpoint. I think so too, yeah. I hope so too, at least. Splinter Cell is very linear sometimes. The first one is very linear. Maybe I should really stream that. I wonder if I can still finish it again.
You'll die! Damn! I didn't save the geeks! Search the area. Find this guy and put a bullet in him. There! Got you!
Nice. It was exactly my plan. Not really. Not at all. But let's pretend it was. What? The mark and execute function is busted too. It's not busted, it's a win button. It's exactly what it is. I think that's exactly what it has always been. Another checkpoint. Nice. Oh, do they know I'm here?
Here I am! Come and get me! Come on, let's find this asshole! There he is! Thanks for giving me blood!
Is it just two? It's a waste. Let's do it. Do you stream from your laptop? No, I stream from a desktop PC and I look at chat on a laptop. Because my setup is a little weird. So the PC over there is streaming. The consoles are in front of me with a big TV. And I have a laptop over here with chat. Music reminds me of Matrix Revolutions. I can hear the music, but I don't remember the music on Matrix Revolutions, I think. I'm really sure. Yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time. That's something else I need to watch. Really something that you need to watch. I like The Matrix. Of course they kind of jumped the shark with... oh fuck. That's how it is. See, if it was any other Splinter Cell game, you would run like hell. Which is what I should have done. Run like hell. But yeah, to have alerts on screen and all of that, you always need to stream from PC. And I like that. I like to have the overlays. I think it encourages people to engage with the stream.
Not bad.
I could do streams from PS4 directly, not this game, of course, but, and Xbox One does that too. I still don't have it, but I am supposed to have one. So it should happen soon, I hope. That was a good save. Unmark that dude and mark that dude instead. Thank you.
Jesus! That's it! Holy shit! You can...
Much better. It's almost as if I know how to play this. But yeah, even the interface and the overlays on PS4, they're really ugly, I think. The default ones. The one guy's last words, holy shit. That is awesome. Hey, famous last words, right? What? What did I pick up there? Oh. That's my other gun. No. Never mind then. Bad Sam.
The longer I go, the faster I'm gonna get. Got him! He's right there!
I love how they react to an
I
headshot.
knew you'd show up, Fisher! You'll pay for our friends, asshole! Got you covered. Get in there. I'm going in after this guy. Can't hide forever. What the hell is this shit? You want to play games now?
What are you trying to
You want
do?
to save the geeks by hiding, Fisher?
Is that any position to die in? Come on.
Hell with you. Here, you'll want to quit this time. Yeah, you watch your eyes. I'm throwing a flashbang. I'm not finished with you, asshole. Show yourself.
No, don't waste the MP. Fuck. Developers who place usable items on X, which is typically the reload button, need to be whipped. Yeah. But seriously, when you headshot a guy and he goes like, ah, what the fuck? That is not how you react to an headshot. When you get shot in the head, you don't go like, ah. You just die. Not finished with you, asshole. Show yourself. Beat to that. It is how it is. He should have known better. If you have teammates, chances are you're not the main character and you're about to die. If you have what did I say actually? If you have teammates, chances are you are not the main character. Why am I trying to go down and going up instead? Ew. Rock what? Drop torch. Maybe not. Probably better too.
I can see Robertson's system from here. Talk to me, Grim.
Good. Now think about making this room a hostile environment for uninvited guests. I might need you to be on that system for a while, and I don't want you interrupted.
Remote detonation mine should do the trick.
Can't I just throw them from here?
Sam here. I'm looking at Robertson's system,
Perfect. Can you get me a back door?
just like old times. You've got root access and a socket address.
Thanks. I'm setting up a capture so I can download everything he's got.
All of the EMP data is on there.
A couple of analysts I trust are looking forward to seeing it. Okay, Sam. The link is active and the pipe is full.
But I'm done here.
Not quite. I need you to babysit this from your end. If the connection goes, I can't reestablish it from here.
So, nobody else gets their hands on this box.
From what I'm seeing, that system could be used to shut down the site's connectivity. I'd be locked out and we'd be out of luck.
Then I'd better get ready. Company's coming.
I wonder if it's the quadruplets or the quintuplets.
They're shutting down the connection.
Yeah.
We're at 20%.
Fuck. I wasted it. I don't want to waste it on 2 guys. Yeah, and then I died to 3. Oh well. We can do it again. Can I get an uptime in chat? Please?
Give it up, asshole! You're done! I lost contact with the intruder. I need backup swiftly in there.
Where did they come
Contact!
from?
Damn it! Look for me, bitch! Goddamn!
We're at 20%.
Cheese. So much cheese.
Got you now!
40% done.
Oh yeah, I disconnected. You're right.
Move it! Go, go, go! Ah! Ah! There! The window! Oh, crap.
Well, I'm glad my connection or OBS or whatever stabilized. Is it? I would be out of here soon if it continued.
Move it, go!
We just hit 60%.
So much cheese, right? This is so easy to do.
Hey!
80%, almost home.
That's the elevator of death. I get a feeling this would be very hard if I was out there.
You're pushing
He's the character, dude. Checkpoint.
All clear on this end.
I can't say the same. Someone's locked a trace onto my download. I can't cut it. And if they find me, my cover's blown and so is Sarah's.
Where's it coming from?
Looks like inside White Box, first floor. Blueprints show a large space, probably a test lab.
Right, I went through it. They store their test EMP there.
You might have to use it. Do whatever it takes, but cut that trace.
Not sure how much easier it could get. Yeah. Sorry about all the cheese. I do enjoy abusing the systems. Okay, I will. Oh, I was going to use the ladder now. Oh, never mind. This isn't gonna work. Cheese is fine, it's funny, honestly. I think so too. It's funny for me. I'm not sure it's funny for everyone else. It's certainly not. What? It's down that I want you to go. Certainly not pro player level.
Vic, I'm inside White Box and I need a hand.
This should be good.
It is. I may need to set off an EMP inside the site in order to kill a trace. How tight is this place's exterior shielding?
Tighter than a drill sergeant's asshole. Everything electronic inside would be fried. Outside, not a peep. So, knock yourself out.
Thanks, Vic.
Yeah, I guess I am doing the bad guys a favor here, aren't I? I love this room. I want one like this in my house. Oh yeah, I was here before.
Send me some backup. I can't track him down alone. I'm on the way. Fisher, if you find a scientist while you're hiding, kill him! It's... Fisher's over there! Hey!
Nice. Setting up for a total double cross, yeah. I hope it's more than that, because we've already seen those flashbacks, so it's not going to be surprising at all, I think. Those flashbacks or flash forwards or whatever they are.
Choose your left, Fisher!
So how do I set this up? I have to go there. The back problems these video game characters must have.
You think you can stay there forever? I don't think so.
Snake. This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. You knew what that was, and you still were touching the keyboard. For the second quote in a row, another Metal Gear quote that takes care of the cremation. Oh wow, a lot of dudes there.
Got me! Fisher's located!
Hey, don't go.
Whoa!
I want to be friends. Wait.
Subject, got into hiding.
This mark and execute thing is so OP. Especially the women in video games, the proportions sometimes are ridiculous. That was a good line that takes care of the cremation. It was so good. What were you talking about? The woman, the proportions of women? Was that in response to something I said? I kind of lost track of that, if it was.
I think I'm done here, Grim. Maybe I'll go look for this Galliard everyone's talking about.
Lucius Galliard?
You know him?
Not directly, but let me get back to you on this. Don't go after him until I do. In the meantime, we'll have an analyst working on Robertson's data.
Okay, let's go.
How did Sam get on site at the Lincoln Memorial? Easy. Secret Service acting on orders from the President got him there. Why'd they do that? That's a little trickier. You see, the name Lucius Galliard got Grim's attention. She knew he was a businessman Reed was working with. But Reed kept things compartmentalized, and that was one of the aspects of his operation Grim had no access to. It pissed her off. What Grim did know was that Reed was meeting Galliard at the memorial in the morning, right after some bullshit photo op speech the VP was giving. Galliard's people were handling event logistics, which was why he'd be there. Grim took it to the President, who didn't like the coincidence. She wanted to know what they were talking about, and that meant getting Sam on site for audio surveillance. And more, if necessary.
I'm inside. What now?
The President's on the line, Sam. We need to eavesdrop on the conversation Reed's about to have with Galliard.
So bug the memorial.
We thought of that, Mr. Fisher. Galliard's people scrubbed the site in preparation for my Vice President's charming little speech. And there was no time to get new equipment in place.
And what's plan B?
You are. This morning's camera equipment is still in place. Get to the control booth, hack the camera controls to record the conversation, and uplink the feed to us.
Just like that. All right, I'm on it.
Oh, the lower back problems, yeah. Everybody in video games must have sore lower backs. Yeah, the men are always crouching and the women are all to support those big boobs. It's true, it's true. I wonder if this is a good place to stop the game right now. Maybe I could do another level. This feels different. I think I'm going for it. Daylight, it's a little different, and we got all that trouble in the beginning of the stream, so try to make up for that. Just don't want to stop in the middle of a level.
All right, Grim. I'm in the camera booth. Now what?
You need to sync the feed from the console to me so that I can see what we're getting. It should be easy to hack.
Hang on.
That's it. Now I need you to get comfortable with those camera controls. We're dealing with directional mics here, high-end, but they're integrated with the camera focus. Get Reed and Galliard in the shot, and we'll get the audio. Miss them, and we get nothing.
This is probably a really short mission anyway.
And here they come now.
Lucius, I'm glad you can make it. We've got some last-minute logistic issues to discuss.
We're 24 hours out and you want to talk paperclip requisitions here, now.
The site's clean, and I knew you'd be here since your company did the setup on the Samson speech.
One of my companies, yes. I have several, which includes Black Arrow, which I assume is what you want to talk about.
We can talk about Black Arrow's shortcomings later. I want to talk about what I need to make this go off smoothly.
Do you now?
I was impressed that he said that. What did you think of Samson's speech?
It was a nice piece of grandstanding. He should give his writers a raise.
He swears he writes all his speeches himself.
I'm sure it plays well for the folks back home. I don't like the chances.
You don't like Samson?
I don't trust Samson. If you're a better tool, I'd be using it. Which is, incidentally, something you should keep in mind.
My, are you actually threatening me? I thought we were both more civilized than that. This is what your people want.
The people I represent want you to deal with Fisher. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting their money.
If Megiddo's getting cold feet...
Let me make this clear, Reed. Megiddo planned this operation. Megiddo paid for this operation. And Megiddo would be very upset if anyone were allowed to interfere with it.
He's not going to interfere, because my men will deal with them, since Black Arrow wasn't able to.
I'll worry about Black Arrow. You stick to the plan. Like I was saying, it's interesting that you chose this estimate, of all places.
Why would you say that?
The eyes of history are upon it. No. Really? I thought you enjoyed the spotlight more than that.
I'll do the song and dance when I have to, but the man on stage is the one with the least cover.
And cover's important, especially at a time.
Which would explain why you're still here.
Executive oversight. I hate leaving things to chance or third party.
You're supposed to be in Paris. All hell's about to break loose. My men will be very busy, so I cannot guarantee your safety.
I'm not asking you to.
Are you sure? This is to protect you and the operation.
Some things require a personal touch. Now, if that's everything, we're done here. I'll see you when it's over.
Goodbye, Lucius.
Let's go after Reed.
No, the smart play is to talk to Galliard. We can find Reed later.
I concur. I want to know more about Megiddo, and Lucius Galliard is the only source we have.
Okay, go. I'll freeze Galliard in place.
Yeah, it's true that everybody has safety jackets.
Galliard.
Mr.
And
Galliard,
Sam doesn't.
my name
But
is Anna
at least he has a tag.
I'm calling on behalf of Tom Reed at 3rd Echelon.
I know who you are. I just finished talking with your boss. What does Reed want now?
Director Reed felt that the resolution that you two came to probably wasn't satisfactory for all sides, and was wondering if you'd be open to further discussion on the matter.
Oh, how very thoughtful of him. The answer is still no.
He'd like to know if there's anything else that could be put on the table to get you to reconsider.
Right.
Mr. Galliard, I think you're misunderstanding the purpose of my call.
No, I don't think I am. Let me explain something, Miss Grimm's daughter. All I want from Tom Reed is for him to do his damn job. Why don't you tell him that for me?
If you'll hold for 1 second, I'll put Director Reed on the line and you can tell him yourself, sir.
You know what? You do that.
I think I hear him now, Mr. Galliard.
It's about damn time.
You really shouldn't talk to Grimm like that.
Guards! Where the hell are my guards?
It's just you and me, Lucius. Let's talk. What's your connection with Reed?
If you ask nicely, I'd tell you. He's just hired help. God, you're thick. This is bigger than Reed, bigger than Third Echelon. They're just convenient.
So why does Reed want you out of town?
Your enhanced interrogation techniques need work.
How they do? I don't think they actually do.
He wants to run the show when the EMPs are triggered. There's 3 of them scattered around the city. In a few hours, they go off, and he gets to play commando. There are people he wants to impress.
The EMPs. Where do I find them?
Say please. I don't know. That's part of the plan. See? You can't stop it, Fisher. It's too big. It's too late. And the people I work for, this is just part of what they've got going on.
Megiddo. Who are they?
Try harder, Fisher.
Megiddo. Who are they?
They're the ones who run this town. In Moscow and Beijing and any other place that matters. They're the ones who are going to get me out of this in one piece. And once Reed is finished at the White... That's all Reed.
Damn it.
Officer in trouble!
Sam, what's happening?
Galliard's dead. The shooter's running.
We need him alive. He may be our only link between Third Echelon and Megiddo.
Oh shit.
I've got a visual. He's on the stage. He just ducked into the VIP tent. Hurry up, Sam. You're gonna lose him. Went over the fence.
Attention all units, we have an officer in trouble at Lincoln Memorial. All units,
Use lethal force when dealing with the police. No killing. President's orders.
What? Where'd he go?
this guy's a cop killer!
Waiting for you. He's waiting for you again, Sam.
That's a bad sign that he's waiting for me. It's not just because the game is rubber banding this race.
He jumped down. Keep going, dead ahead.
Pursuit or whatever.
The large tent in front of you. He ducked into it.
What? Oh. Not this way. My bad. Maybe this is just rubber banding.
He's outside and on the move again, Sam.
Officer in trouble!
Oh, shit, fucking hell!
Sorry, cops.
Heads up, Sam. The police are pulling back from your location.
Any idea why?
I'll tap into their Como to find out.
Everybody out! Now!
I'm seeing him exit the cafe. He's headed for the parkway, Sam. He's headed for that car. We're going to lose him.
Oh. Oh shit.
Are you all right?
Siri.
Put it into practice. There are multiple third echelon squads converging on your position right now.
What about the cops?
Third echelon called them off when they rolled up the shooter.
Then the gloves are off.
The Secret Service agent who brought you in is on his way to extract you. But until he gets there, you're on your own.
Why am I killing the good guys? Defend yourself. Yeah, I'm not going to kill anyone.
Whoever did this, damn!
I'm role-playing here.
God!
Sam, a second wave of operatives is on its way.
Let me look at the chat. You're just letting police officers shoot you while chasing after a killer? Yeah, I'm not going to kill the police. Right? I screwed up. Do I have to kill cops here? That is not very appropriate, not heroic at all. I really need to defend myself. It's not, I don't have the objective to go someplace else. I just need to wait.
Close by. I can feel it. Still nothing here. This cafe's got plenty of hiding spots for a guy like Fisher.
Sam, a second wave of operatives is on its way.
These are third echelon people. I was third echelon, so who knows? They might be being manipulated and not actually evil. It's not like everyone is dirty. It's a need-to-know basis. But I guess I will still try to not kill. I like role-playing.
Fisher did his thing here, gentlemen. The contact is still close.
There's another
At least
batch
I'm
coming at you,
not
Sam.
shooting them directly. It's the game that's killing them, not me.
Negative. No sign of the contact inside. Think that's funny? Look at the target and eliminate speaker. Mother Jesus Christ! Lead on the hard. It's over there. Jesse, your ass! Contact! Second floor! Back up!
I'm up here. Yes, well done. Oh.
Not bad.
Contact! Target in sight! Fish! Flash grenade! Get ready! Send reinforcements ASAP! No contact! Repeat! No contact! No pursuit yet! Find him! Certainly not having a coffee!
Okay, you never shot at them. It was Sam Fisher disobeying your orders. Yeah, he's shooting them when I'm ordering a takedown. I'm doing a melee attack.
Time to go, Sam. Your ride is here.
Where?
On the bridge behind the cafe. Go.
They don't even know. Oh shit. Maybe she's just pretending she's betraying him.
It shows you how much Sam changed that he would even think about going after Third Echelon. He'd been a company man, loyal to the bone. But now, here he was, ready to rip the guts out of the beast. The building's weakness was in the power supply. The main feed and primary backup ran through the basement parking garage. With a little C4 in the right places, Sam could cut the power to the building long enough to slip inside Third Echelon. That was good enough for Sam. He was going in, and he wanted them to know he was coming.
Sam, are you in the garage?
Smell like a spare tire.
It was the best way. Now I need you to use the C4 you packed to take out the building's primary and secondary transformers. Do it simultaneously when you reach the front desk, and you'll have a short window before the emergency power puts security back online.
They're both on the parking level, right?
Right, but in 2 separate rooms. And don't be seen or they're gonna seal the security doors and you're done. And don't give those surveillance cameras a show.
Okay. Avoid detection at all costs. I'm fine with that. Oh, a USB. Nice. Okay. If Vic doesn't appear anymore in this game, I'll be sorely disappointed. I don't know, I feel this game is a little disjointed, isn't it? I can use this pistol, yeah. I figure Vic would be the glue that binds everything together. Yeah, I don't. It's always him in the narration, isn't it? And sometimes I can't hear it really well, but I think it is. This is what I want. Yeah, I now have 4 marks with this pistol. It sounds like Vic is the narrator. Yeah, I think he is, but it's always him, right? See how we're doing on the challenges thing. Once you are spotted, vanish without neutralizing any enemies. Oh, we have vanish challenges, Splinter cell challenges. I neutralized 10 enemies in a row without being detected? When? Must have been the other times I've been playing. Enemies with a single pistol magazine. The single magazine using a pistol without reloading. Okay. It's a lot of challenges. It's fine. Anyway, that's it for today. It's 5 a.m. It's time to stop. We'll keep this going tomorrow. I am probably going to do a little revision of what we went through, because I don't really get what happened. And thanks for streaming. Thanks for being here. I owe the thanks every time. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry I was late today. It was totally my fault. I was really undecided about what to stream, and then I was doing not the overlay, the thing that breaks the action, and then I was posting it, and then I was just like, it was already, I was waiting for a download to finish. It was like a quarter past midnight when I was completely ready to go, which is not good. I always strive to do the schedule justice, so I don't want to be late. I was having dinner with my family. It's Chinese New Year today. Really? What year is what's the New Year? Happy New Year then. I hope you had fun. How do you celebrate your New Year? Is it the same kind of celebration with New Year wishes and fireworks? That's fun. I didn't know it was today. Came back and I saw that you were streaming. I assume you get the notifications because you're always here right on time. Well, every time I start. It's the ear of the monkey. Can't tell you what ear is it. Because you don't know? Yeah, pretty much any new year. Okay. Yeah, but I was asking what animal it was. Yeah, not the number. Because I don't know about numbers anyway. I don't know when the Chinese New Year diverged from. If it's way more years than we have, or it's like 4,000 something. I don't know. I don't think many people keep count. Yeah, I guess it's more just the animal and the cute side of it, maybe the cultural side. Yeah, I like it. I like the cultural side because it's cute. That's why I said it's the cute side. I don't really like my count anyway, because it's a deeply religious way of counting your ears. So I don't know if it makes that much sense to everyone in the world. I don't think it does at all. But hey. It's like everyone speaks English, so just kind of get used to it. Anyway, I hope you weren't disappointed with the game I chose for today. I don't really know why I chose this. It's been on my to-play list for a lot of time as well, but many games were. It just happened, I guess. It was great, I enjoyed it. Okay, cool. Again, thanks for being here. Have a great night and take care. And Happy New Year once again. I hope you had fun with your family. It's a fun thing and it's a cultural thing, and I think the traditions need to really keep going, and I'm glad you're still celebrating that. Hey Zyger! Welcome to the stream. I am just logging off, but welcome. How are you doing? You come in at a bad time. I'm sorry. Damn it. Sorry, Zyger. I just got home. Wow, this late? Were you out with partying girls? I love you too, Zyger. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry that I'm stopping right now, but as you can see, I'm already in the main menu. I already told Shonen I was stopping. We were just chatting. So yeah, it was a bad timing, but thanks for stopping by. And everyone else, Shonen, anyone who's watching, have a great night and take care. It's fine, don't worry about missing it. You can always catch my streams tomorrow and every other day, because I stream every day. So yeah, don't worry about missing today. Love you too. Everyone, have a great night and goodbye.